Hey, Texas Study students. This is Coach Symes, welcoming you back to another video lesson. Today we'll be talking about Chapter 5 and European Exploration. You're going to need to draw vocabulary diagrams, which you already did today in class, so make sure that you fill them in as we go. You're going to need the word, the definition, and a small picture so you guys remember. Our first vocabulary word today is going to be primary source. Now, a primary source is original materials directly related to the past. Now, this is a different and variety of things. Now, our examples that we have here on the pictures are an artifact. As we can see, this artifact here is from the Roman eras, Roman warriors fighting each other. The next one that we have is the Constitution, right there, the U.S. Constitution, we the people, right? That's where it is right there. And the last one we see here is a diary entry. These are original materials that are directly used in the past. They are original. They're not copied. They're not used by anything else. These were originated from the past. That means that they were created and they're still used today for history. That's a primary source. Our next vocabulary word is going to be secondary source. Now, a secondary source interprets and analyzes a primary source. Now, examples are history book, the history book that we are using this year today, which is our Texas history book powered by U.S. History and the Museum of Texas History right there. Now, not only that, what this does, it interprets and analyzes primary sources that have been gathered so that we can use them at a secondary source. The next example is a website, history.com. History.com gathers a bunch of primary sources from videos, articles, diaries, things of that nature, all those things like that, examples of that, and it puts them on the website so we can go and research them. And that makes them, history.com becomes the interpret and the analyzing of the primary source. That becomes our secondary source. Our next vocabulary word is going to be the word expedition. Expedition is a journey taken by a group of people with a definite purpose. Now in this picture we can see that Christopher Columbus is pointing towards the new land. We can see his other ships back there and the group of people that he led. Now, this is the group of people took a journey with the purpose of finding the new world. And we're going to continue to learn about his journey and the Europeans coming to the new world within the next few days and weeks. Our next vocabulary word is the word colony. Colony is a settlement established and ruled by a mother country. Now, the colony is established by the mother country, right? Now, if the colony right here, the mother country right here, that would make the colony the what? The baby. That's right, the little one, right? Just like a natural mother has children, all right, the mother country would have the colonies. Now, the rest of this chapter and a couple chapters to go, we'll be discussing what the colonies were. Now, this colony was called New Spain. New Spain right here, as you can see. We're going to be discussing New Spain, which you see here, right there, coming from Spain this way, right? New Spain, Old Spain. Throughout this chapter and the chapters to come, we'll be talking about Spanish exploration, the French exploration, and English exploration, and how all of them came in to the New World. The next vocabulary word we're going to talk about is conquistador. The conquistador is a Spanish explorer who searched for wealth and land in America. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about French and English explorers, but a conquistador, what sets him apart from everybody else is that he was a Spanish explorer. Now, the reason that he had come over to the Americas was in search of land and a lot of money. Land and money. That's one of the main reasons these conquistadores came, as you can see in this picture, looking to settle new land for money and for wealth and land or Spain. Now, the next vocabulary word we'll be talking about is the word commission. Commission is granting the power to carry out a specific task. Now, here in this picture, we can see that this here is Christopher Columbus himself before the king and queen, asking for the power to carry out a specific task. And remember, guys, what do you think the specific task was that Christopher Columbus wanted to do? That's right, guys. Exactly right. He wanted to go out there and explore because he didn't think that the earth was flat. He thought it was round. So that's what he wanted to do. He's asking. Here we see King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, and he's asking them for permission to go on an expedition, to go on this commission. And the king and queen would grant the power to carry out a specific task, which was to go to the New World, explore a new road towards China. Now, at the same time, he needed to ask for their permission because they were the ones that were going to provide the resources, the money, the ships, all this that he needed to be able to go on this trip. Now, the next vocabulary word we'll be talking about today is the word viceroy. Viceroy is a governor of a colony that rules in the name of the king. Now, the viceroy is not the ruler, not the king himself. But remember, if we remember, the colony was the baby of the mother country, a little baby. The viceroy is basically the babysitter of the colony. He is sent there to make sure that the rules are kept in check, everything is in line, nothing gets out of line. He essentially becomes the babysitter, like we see here in this picture. Just like that, this would be the viceroy taking care and making sure that this baby here, being the colony, is raised up right. They're going to clean up after it, take care of it, and make sure that nothing goes wrong. That's exactly the job of the viceroy, which is the governor of the colony in which the king rules. Now, our next vocabulary word is going to be the word friar. Friar is a person belonging to a religious brotherhood of the Catholic Church. Now, friars would mainly dress like this picture here back in the days of New Spain, but I also wanted to give you guys a pretty cool picture that I had found for this video lesson on the friar here, a different outlook on how friars looked. Now, how many of you all recognize this famous movie, Friar? That's right. Who is that? Your favorite friar, Nacho Libre himself. That's right. Now this guy right here, Nacho Libre, belonged to a religious brotherhood of the Catholic Church in the hills of Mexico in that movie. Here's another picture of Nacho himself wearing the robe and the string that holds up the robe of the friar as little Chancho and the village friends look up to Nacho himself. Hey, take it easy, man. Write down your notes. Now, our last vocabulary word is going to be the word pueblo. Pueblo is a Native American village of houses built of adobe. If you can recall from your previous video lessons, adobe was the sun-dried brick made of earth, muddied earth, and straw. Now, here we see a very beautiful village, or we should say a pueblo of adobe houses right here with all our Native American Indians living here and the natural surrounding areas. This concludes our video lesson on Chapter 5 vocabulary. This is Coach Science signing out.